In 1948, the first vinyl records were created. In the late 19th and early 20th century, manufacturers used shellac, which was a brittle resin-like substance produced by insects, to press their records. Nowadays, vinyls are made of thermoplastic resin. Vinyl creates sound through a mechanical process where a needle called stylus traces physical microscopic grooves that are analog representations of sound waves. The mid-20th century was considered the golden age for vinyl records. This was when vinyl evolved from a niche format into a mainstream medium that everyone enjoyed. Vinyl records were growing rapidly, and the demand was increasing more every day. This was because anyone could afford a record. Vinyl was sold affordable for each level of the society ladder, instantly becoming a staple in each household. Due to record companies embracing the new 12-inch LP format, which allowed artists to release full-length albums for the first time ever, and thanks to this new format, artists were able to express themselves and their creative visions like never before. These decades saw iconic albums that have since become timeless classics. The impact of vinyl was revolutionary as it allowed for a wider distribution of music, making it accessible for the general public like never before. For the first time ever, artists were able to share their music to the world from beyond the confines of live performances. One of the most important features of vinyl records was that it was affordable. It would not have been as successful if it was not for everyone of all ages and classes. This also gave a rise to new genres as artists from many different backgrounds could record and distribute their music into homes, leading to new sounds and new styles of music. The record shop itself became a staple, as it was a place where families and friends could look through bins of records and discover new music and potential favorites. In 1982, Sony and Philips launched the CD. The appeal was immediate. CDs promised listeners pristine sound quality, a longer runtime of 74 minutes, and free of the pops and hisses that happened with vinyl. By 1991, vinyl shipments plummeted immensely to under 5 million units, which was a vast contrast to CD shipments. However, in the 1990s, digital audiophiles became the new craze. Due to audiophiles becoming a more accessible form of media to get a hold of, this decoupled music from physical media completely. Customers and consumers could now store all their favorite songs and albums on a singular device, bypassing the need for CDs, let alone vinyl. In 2001, Apple launched the iPod, which was paired with iTunes to create a legal digital ecosystem for customers. All physical sales of any kind began to plummet as consumers preferred the convenience and portability of digital audiophiles. In 2008, streaming platforms joined the industry. Spotify offered instant access to millions of tracks for a small monthly subscription fee. Vinyl, once the industry's backbone, became a relic in the eyes of mainstream. In 2010, vinyl sales hit a low of 2.8 million units, which was a huge surprise to many. Vinyl decline was less about the sound quality and more about profit and practicality. People thought it would be easier and cheaper to have all the music they want at their fingertips in their iPods. For labels, digital streaming offered higher margins and control over piracy, which was an issue they wanted to solve. As of recent, vinyl sales have been increasing again. Many people have been saying that physical media is an art form that is slowly coming back into the mainstream. To test this theory, we have asked 2 local record shop workers for their opinions.
I don't think they ever went away. I think they were not as popular for a little while, but we've always sold vinyl, and it never ever went away. Even in the 80s when they said CDs are here, get rid of your vinyl, then dance music kept it alive, and then after that indie music kept it alive, and then rock kept it alive, and it's never gone away. It's bigger now than it has been for a number of years, but it's never actually gone away.
Yeah, I think it's back in mainstream now, to be fair. We've been doing this since 1988, and we've kind of seen the ups and the downs. And for the last sort of 10 years, we've seen a gradual increase in vinyl sales, second-hand and new. So I think now it's massively back in the mainstream, and you see it everywhere, product placement on telly and stuff.
I think people like to have something to actually own, rather than just being big companies saying we can stream you this, but you never own it, and it's ours to do with what we like. If you've got a CD or a record, it's yours, and you can make a collection, and you can curate your own style. And I think people always like something that they can actually own rather than lease off a major company. I think actually it's starting to turn the other way a little bit, especially for a younger audience. People your own age, they've not grown up with CD players. in the house. No, computers have got CD drives on anymore. Nobody's got a DVD player. So CDs now actually seem quite new and futuristic. And I think because they're so much cheaper as well, and it's still a way of getting a physical format that you can have in a collection, it's a nice option. So you don't have to choose either or. You can have a vinyl collection for certain limited editions, and you can have a CD collection for, just having a nice library of music that's at an affordable price. And I think that, both are viable options.
I think, for years, we've always sold records. We saw the decline and then the fall, and then it changes. But it's probably, it's strong now as it has been for maybe 30 years, probably.
It runs from, 10-year-olds to a chap who's just been in before, who's, mid-80s, it's absolutely across the board. And that's the good thing now is, one thing that streaming has done is it's opened up a lot of music that you might not have ever heard, but you can hear it instantly. So if someone says, "Oh, have you heard Susie and the Banshees?" You might not have, but you can instantly hear them and go, "Oh, actually, I really like that, and it sounds like this." And I think that's actually spread out the age range of what people can buy and the sort of people who buy it.
It's kind of changing all the time. We've always had a big range. Maybe 10 years ago it was probably more like middle age and older, because we moved away from selling new releases and more second-hand stuff. But now selling new releases, there's loads of younger people, sort of your age and up, really.
Both workers have agreed that physical media is coming back, but also agreed that it never really left. Agreed that recently the younger generation is starting to experience owning physical copies, mostly with CDs as people find records overpriced. However, due to these interviews, I have found that you can still buy records cheap, you just need to know where to look. In conclusion, I don't think vinyl records will ever truly be a dying art due to the passionate people who strive to keep it alive.